Well, since retiring from the World Tour, I've been pretty busy. I've been doing a lot of coaching, and I'm also involved in our squash and tennis club that we have in Würzburg, so the place I grew up. Um, so I'm also involved in there, and at the same time, I'm also working as a kind of personal coach in a gym, like a brand new gym from a friend of mine and a past like a sponsor of mine. And so yeah, pretty busy. Also trying to train for myself as much as I still can. Still trying to keep myself kind of fit, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to the world teams in Malaysia, obviously, because I haven't really had a competitive like tournament since I think it was Qatar last year, since I've played my last PSA tournament. I have played a bit of club squash. I mean, for the Paderborn Squash Club, I obviously still played my Bundesliga matches. We've become the German team champion again. So yeah, still playing leagues, and yeah. Apart from that, there was not much happening. Also, because of Corona, and then Europeans didn't happen this year. So yeah, the world team is going to be my actually first tournament since a few months. So it's going to be very exciting to see how I'll still handle the pressure and the physicality. So it's going to be good. So obviously the world teams in Paderborn, that's obviously the first thing that pops in mind. That was amazing. I think everybody who has been there or witnessed the tournament was like, it was beyond belief really. We had ticket sales the same day of let's say the quarterfinal, and we had like queues in front of our desks to still get the last tickets, and it was like 100 meters long. So it was like we were booked out from the first day. The atmosphere on the glass court when we played Egypt was like unbelievable, really unbelievable. Then like a second one I would say was my first world teams, and I think that was in Pakistan. Yeah, that was, I think we became the 9th or 10th in that event as Germany. That was like my first world team, so that was something special. And then also I would say Mühlhausen in France, where they had two glass courts standing next to each other, and where we became the 5th, which was like a huge result for us. Where we beat India. I think it was India for the places 5 and 6. Yeah, that's, I would say those three were the most memorable ones. Yeah. Oh well, Rafi is a friend of mine. We trained, or we have trained the last few years together. Obviously, we have always been competitors, so so it was always a little bit, you kind of get along with each other, you're friends, but at the same time you're rivals. So it was always tough matches that we had, especially the last few years. And yeah, I'm looking forward to some more big events where we kind of do the best to get Germany in the front stands, obviously. So, and with Rafi obviously at 1 or 2, and me at 1 and 2, and then Yannick and Valentin, I think we have a really decent team together to actually get quite far. I think remembering back to Washington last 2 years ago, where we got very close to beating Egypt in the quarters. That just shows how actually like how good of a chance we actually have to get quite far in the world team. So I mean, I beat Ali. Rafi was very close in beating Gawat. So it was it was very close, and I think it's good to have a really strong team together. Becoming like, let's say, it's getting to the top 4 in the world teams would be big. Obviously, like my win in TOC is for me personally, because also TOC has always been my favorite tournament of the year, and especially winning that tournament in particular is something I think it's going to be difficult to top that really. But obviously, like getting to the semi-final stage of World Teams would be very big as well. Difficult to compare because one is like an individual competition, the other one is like a team competition, obviously. But yeah, it would be ranked very high as well, for sure. Just being part of it again, just being part of a squash tournament again. I think it's the year's gone by pretty quick. I've been very busy with a few different things, and just being part of the squash community, seeing old faces again, like people I've become friends with over the years. I think that's something I'm looking forward to the most, and obviously also having that kind of, how should I say, just having back those intense battles, and that's something that's gonna be, or that I have missed for sure. So just being on court again and having this adrenaline and that goes through your body when you're on a court, I think these two things are probably the most important ones, the ones that I'm looking forward to the most.